I set before you the tree of life. Then I set before you the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I can't force you, God for you. I can't force you. I leave you to these options, but I can only advise you, choose life. Hallelujah. With all due respect, the prisons today are full of many people, not all people, but many people who made choices, and the corresponding consequences is what they are experiencing today. There are graves today that are testaments of negative consequences as a result of poor choices that people made with their lives. To choose means you have to be aware of all the options that are available. Please look up. Let me list for you at least 4 options that are available. Number 1, a life of grace and glory, a life of dignity and honor is an option that is available on this table. Grace and glory, dignity and honor is an option you can choose from. Number 2, a life of mediocrity, barely surviving, getting by. This is a second option. You are not exactly a failure, but you are not exactly a success too. Mediocrity, average. Number 3, a life of total confusion with no sense of direction. That is a third option that can be there. Grace and glory, dignity and honor, mediocrity and an average life, barely getting by. Third option is a life of total confusion, living from pillar to post, hoping you are right. And finally, a life of total defeat, failure by every definition. Every one of these outcomes that I just mentioned have decisions connected to them. There is something you need to do that makes you have a life of dignity and honor, a life of grace and glory. There is something you need to do that makes you a mediocre. You don't just become a mediocre. You don't just become an average. No, there is something you need to do. There is something you need to do that leaves you confused, or not do, that leaves you totally disoriented as far as life and destiny is concerned. As a preacher, as a parent, as a leader, and there is something you need to do or not do that leaves you a total failure and one who is an epitome of defeat.